So, curious to know what to eat in regard to get better results through your workout? It comes down to different body types. So, there's going to be different body types on this video. I'm going to show you the three main body types and exactly portions of the food that you can focus on, whether you're looking to build muscle or maybe you have a little too much body weight and you need to lose fat. I'm going to break that down on this video for you right now and show you exactly step by step how to eat around your workout in order to achieve your goals. So when it comes to body type, there's three main body types. The first body type is called an ectomorph. So this is people that are generally lean, they're on the thinner side, and this is basically the person that has a fast metabolism. So they usually tolerate lots of food, they usually tolerate carbohydrates very well, and they're usually trying to gain muscle or gain a little more mass, become a little bigger. They want to add more to their frame. If that's you, this is going to help you out tremendously. So when it comes to your diet, if you see here on the screen, you're basically going to do the portion method. It's a little better, a little easier than counting calories. This way you're going to land in their right position. So basically when it comes to setting up a plate, these portions here, as you can see, 2 palms of protein, 2 fists of vegetables, 3 hands of cupped carbohydrates, and 1 thumb of fat. So these are the portions you want to start focusing on. And you would do what I would say is put your bigger meals around the time that you're working out. That way your body's going to absorb as much as possible. That way you're going to get as much from your food as possible. So about 2 hours or so before your workout, you could have a big meal based on these portions here. And after your workout, within about an hour or two, you can have another big meal. That's going to help you gain muscle. That's going to help you build mass. And then also, if you're looking to gain weight on your frame, as you can see during exercise, it's not mandatory to do this, but if you do want to do this, basically you would have a little bit of protein and a little carbs. That does not mean that you're going to be eating food while you're working out. That would be horrible for your digestion. However, what you're going to do is you're going to be able to take a scoop or so of protein, 15, 20 grams of protein, and maybe like 8 ounces of juice. Mix that together, and you'll have that during your workout. So for workouts over an hour long, you definitely want to have that extra fuel because your body, your metabolism is going to be burning through quite a bit. So if you're on the skinnier side, these are the portions. So the main takeaway here is if you're on the leaner side, you want to up your carbohydrates. That could be white rice, that could be potatoes, that could be pasta. I'm not a huge fan of gluten. It causes a lot of issues, a lot of inflammation, a lot of bloating with people. If you don't have a problem with gluten, go right ahead. But I would stick to like sweet potatoes, white rice, fruit, stuff like that is going to be really healthy forms of carbohydrates because your metabolism, when you're on the lighter side, the skinnier side, your body's going to be burning through that quite a bit. And then we get to the mesomorph. So the mesomorph, basically, as you can see in this picture here, these are pretty much your like natural athletes, right? So medium-sized frame, looking to build muscle, looking to stay lean, and usually it's pretty easy to do that for the most part. I myself have fluctuated through these body types. So I grew up really chubby and really fat. Basically, I look at food, I get fat. Over time, I then got to a point where I tried starving myself. I would just not eat at all, not fasting, just like literally like starving myself. And I got down to about like 143 pounds at my lightest. So that was not so great. And then over time, I was able to rebuild my metabolism and get to a natural mesomorph. So it is now easy for me to build muscle. It's easy for me to stay lean all year long. And so if you are a mesomorph, basically what you want to do is you want to keep a more balanced approach. So the ectomorph, that's the skinny body frame, they want to up their carbohydrates. If you're watching this and you're a mesomorph and you're in the category like me, you're able to handle a more balanced diet. So you want to focus on 2 palms of protein, 2 fists of vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus, things like that. 2 cupped hands of carbohydrate dense food, so the rice, potatoes, fruit, 2 thumbs of fat. That could be avocado. Keep in mind when you're cooking and you put butter or oil in the pan, that's contributing to your overall fat. But when you do it this way, you're not really ever going to go overboard. You're going to be able to hit your goals relatively easy. And if you do want to enhance your workout, you can do like a protein carbohydrate drink during the workout. You could do BCAAs or EAAs. The difference is essential amino acids. Those are the ones that we definitely need. BCAAs are branch chain amino acids. So you'll find a lot of formulas like that. But most of the time when you're having a protein shake, most of these amino acids will all sort of be in there. So you could just stick to that, and that's going to really help you out quite a bit. And there we go. So if you have a question about what a protein and carbohydrate drink is, basically it's like 1 scoop of protein, so like 15, 20 grams of protein, and then 30 to 45 grams of carbs coming from juice. I personally, when I work out, I use something like this. It's called A-Game or Body Armor. Basically, I'm getting about 22 grams of carbohydrates. So I'll drink something like that. I'll put a scoop of protein in here. So that is how I do it personally. Or you could just mix fruit juice. That works too. And last but not least, this is for the endomorphs. So an endomorph is basically a more big bone type person, right? You have a lot more mass on you, a little on the heavier set, like husky. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's good. You could use that to your advantage, but it really comes down to how your metabolism's working. So you usually have a large frame, but with that said, the metabolism becomes a little slower, and therefore you don't tolerate carbohydrates as well as the other types. So you have to keep that in mind. So when it comes to your goal, if your goal is to lose weight or to lose the fat, to burn the fat, you're going to have to lower your carbohydrates, because more than likely you may have issues with insulin there, where that every time you have carbohydrates, you're sort of spiking your insulin. Basically, when your insulin spikes, that's the fat storage hormone, and that's going to make your body hold on to excess fat for no reason. So if you lower carbohydrates, this does not mean you have to go keto where you remove all carbs, but just be mindful at each meal that you have, keep it down to 1 cupped hand. If you're a bigger person, your hand's going to be bigger, you have a larger portion. This method is way easier than counting calories because you have your hands with you wherever you go. So when you're designing a plate, you do 2 palms of protein, 2 fists of vegetables, 3 thumbs of fat, so it's mostly protein and fat, right? And then 1 cupped hand of carbs. If you do that, you're going to be able to burn fat very easily. That is sort of how I prefer to eat. I don't do a lot of carbs. I keep my carbs pretty minimal to around the time that I'm working out. And then I practice personally a lot of intermittent fasting. That helps me keep my calories under control. It also enhances that way when I'm doing my workout, I'm usually fasted or eating very lightly. So I'm burning through some of the excess. And then after my workout, that's when I have my biggest meal. So with that said, if you are on the bigger side and you're trying to lose weight, you do not need to have anything during your workout. You can sip on BCAAs or EAAs. That'll help get you through. Sometimes when I'm doing a workout fasted and I don't have any carbs or anything, I'll use something like that. That could help out quite a bit. But basically, I hope this video helps you and sums up. Basically, just figure out what body type you fall into, figure out what your goal is, and figure out what you want to do from there based off the portions and based off the other things in this guide. If you found this useful and you need help with this, click the link below. You could set up to book up a call with me. I could help you if you need the extra help. And if you want this particular guide, this is from Precision Nutrition. That's who I'm certified through. I can get you a copy of this guide. Just sort of leave a comment below and I will get to you. With that said, I will see you on the very next video.